We'll continue our live coverage here at reInvent 2023. We are on the expo floor. It is Tuesday, and I'm happy to chat to Jeremy Schultz. Now, Jeremy, you work for Cloud Tech, which is a serverless consultancy. What do you consult on? What do you do?
Certainly. So we specialize in that serverless area, like you said, and specifically within serverless, we specialize in serverless data processing. So helping people to get that data there. We're talking about Gen AI, all we hear AI.
Yeah.
Exactly. But sometimes the best way to start your AI journey is with some data that's in the right spot, that gets there, hopefully, in a clean way, and serverless can help.
So the customers that you're speaking to, what are their sort of challenges with the data processing? Because data processing, data streaming, it's huge amounts of data. It needs to be low latency, high throughput. And where are people struggling, and what do you sort of advise them to do?
Sure. Well, expense is one big piece that we find a lot. Actually, we find that expense oftentimes in storage too. They're just dumping it someplace, trying to find a way to get through. So we look at a lot of our solutions end up with looking at Kinesis. So I was in your lecture yesterday, which was fantastic, by the way. And yes, well done, well done. He gets a raise. So we usually recommend that. Obviously we use Glue, and we use other tools like that. And then usually there's a Redshift component. Typically, sometimes looking at across that, you can maybe dump it into SageMaker, and you can train some models like that. But the idea is to get it all the way through and have high quality data, and that's where you can start.
Is that one of the challenges? Because data processing isn't just about a service with data in one place. It's about the pipeline. It's analytics of the data. It's moving from place to B. It's doing transformations, doing augmentation, all this kind of thing. Is that the sort of difficult thing to get your head around about sort of which service to use, or what are your use cases? What's the best way of doing things? It sounds complicated.
A lot of our customers come to us with that, or they come to us with the question of, hey, how do I use AI to fix this? And then what we try to do is decompose that and say, what do you actually need? What are you looking for? What are the best ways to get there? And so even one of the announcements today on like zero ETL into OpenSearch, for instance, we work with the OpenSearch team really closely for things like log analytics support and of course search. But having that conversation and taking it back to the actual business problems the customer is facing helps you to get through a lot of the complications, because then you build back to the technical solution. So,
and you've specifically created a whole company literally with serverless, doing a whole serverless way. Have you sort of seen that and customer uptake of doing a serverless kind of thing? Do they get it or not?
Sometimes yes, sometimes no, to be completely honest with you. Sometimes someone says, well, I'm an SMB. What does serverless mean for me? And so since we're talking about data, then I turn that conversation around and say, well, do you have data? Do you have something you need to do with your data? Like, no. And they said, well, yes, I do. And I said, well, how do you know, what's your ETL process look like right now? What are you doing? And are there areas where you feel like there could be efficiencies to be found, either in cost or time, or maybe even downtime if you've got something that's off with your infrastructure?
Okay, and does it sort of resonate with particular segments, either industry verticals or SMB or enterprise, or is it a general general kind of everybody really?
This is the conversation that I have with my sales department all the time, because for me, for the delivery side of the house, it's industry and business vertical agnostic, because data problems are data problems. The volume of the data, the size of the data, the sources of the data, that all changes. But the way that it works through the system, you can look at it, and my team can come in and take a look at it, whether you're an enterprise or whether you're a startup. If you've got data and you have problems with bringing that data into your system, or what to do with it once it's there, then that's where we can help, and ideally in a serverless way.
Excellent. Well, Jeremy, thanks so much for your time. Cloud Tech is here at the Expo booth at reInvent. Do you have what sort of website or anything that people can go to if they're not live here?
Fantastic. Please visit us at cloudtech.com, or if you're in the expo, come see us at booth 1495.
They're actually next to Service Video, so which is cool. So that
good neighbors.
So yeah.